let's see the respiratory tract. See, the first part is called nostrils. Nostrils. This opening is called nostril. Okay, and this part is called pharynx. Pharynx. Okay, and this region is called nasal passage or nasal cavity. Nasal passage or nasal cavity. So air enters through nostrils, goes through nasal passage, then to pharynx. Okay, next part, there's a cartilaginous box, that is our voice box, that is called larynx. Okay, after that, this tube, the long tube, this long tube is called trachea. Okay, this is trachea. Trachea is supported by cartilaginous rings, not disc. Okay, cartilaginous rings. It is supported by cartilaginous rings. Okay, what is the function of this cartilaginous rings? Cartilaginous rings prevents collapsing of trachea. Prevents collapsing of trachea. Okay, and trachea splits into two branches. That again splits into many branches. These branches are called bronchi. Okay, these branches are called bronchi. Bronchi again splits into small branches. These small branches are called bronchioles. The small branches are called bronchioles. Okay, the bronchioles open into small balloon-like things. Okay, the bronchioles opens into small balloon-like things, which receives the atmospheric air, surrounding air. Those balloon-like structures are called alveoli. So let me explain the pathway of air once again. Air enters through nostril, goes through nasal passage, then pharynx, then larynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, then alveoli. Okay, this is the pathway. Once again, let's write this as a flow chart. The pathway of respiratory system: nostrils, then nasal passage, pharynx, larynx. Next one, trachea. You know that trachea is supported by cartilaginous rings. The cartilaginous rings prevents collapsing of trachea. That is very important. After trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, then alveoli. Okay, alveoli are the balloon-like structures. I'll draw an alveoli. See here, this is an alveoli. This is an alveoli. Okay, surrounding the alveoli, many blood vessels will be present. This is a blood vessel. Okay, this is a blood vessels going nearby the alveoli. This is a blood vessel. Okay, what is this? This is alveoli. This is blood vessel or blood capillary. Alveoli and blood capillaries. Okay, we intake atmospheric air. We intake oxygen-rich atmospheric air. Okay, and you know about diffusion. What is diffusion? Movement of substances from higher concentration, from a region of higher concentration to region of lower concentration. That is diffusion. Movement of substances from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration is called diffusion. Inside the alveoli, there is higher concentration of oxygen. In the blood capillary, lower concentration of oxygen. So oxygen will be diffused from alveoli into blood capillaries. Okay, oxygen diffused from alveoli into blood capillaries. Now blood carries, especially the hemoglobin present in the blood carries oxygen to all the tissues. Who carries oxygen to all the tissues? Hemoglobin present in blood carries oxygen to all the tissues. Hemoglobin is a respiratory pigment. That carries oxygen to all the tissues through blood. Keep in mind. Okay. Next, see, in the blood capillaries, carbon dioxide concentration will be more. In the blood capillaries, carbon dioxide concentration will be more. Carbon dioxide, CO2 concentration will be more. In the alveoli, CO2 concentration will be less. Okay, so CO2 will be diffused from higher concentration to lower concentration, and it goes out. Okay, so alveoli is the site of diffusion of gases. Alveoli is the site of diffusion of gases. Alveoli is the site of diffusion of gases. Okay, oxygen is diffused from alveoli to blood capillaries, and CO2 is diffused from blood capillaries to alveoli. Okay, Now, what ensures diffusion? What ensures diffusion of gases? What ensures diffusion of gases in alveoli? Three conditions are there, or three characteristics of alveoli ensures diffusion of gases. Okay, first one, thin membrane. Thin membrane. The alveoli has thin membrane. If it is thick, if the membrane is so thick like this, okay, if the membrane is so thick like this, the gases will not be able to cross the wall, cross the membrane. Okay, and luckily it is very thin, so that gases can penetrate that. Gases can easily pass through that. Okay, thin membrane. Thin membrane. Next, since lung is made up of many alveoli, it provides large surface area. Provides large surface area. Provides large surface area. Provides large surface area. The more the surface area, the more will be the diffusion of gases. Okay. Next one, abundant capillaries. Abundant capillaries. Abundant capillaries. Enough capillaries are present. Abundant capillaries. Okay. So these three features of alveoli maximize the diffusion of gases. Now, what is residual volume? Residual volume. What is residual volume? Residual volume is the volume of air always remaining in the lungs. Always remaining in the lungs. Volume of air always remaining in the lungs. Okay, the volume of air always remaining in the lungs even after a forceful exhalation. Even after a forceful exhalation. Forceful exhalation. See, inside the alveoli, see, this is alveoli, right? When you forcefully exhale, all the air is not going out. Always a small volume of air will be remaining in the lungs. That is called residual volume, RV, residual volume. Okay, and this provides enough time for gas exchange. This provides enough time for gas exchange. What is the advantage of residual volume? Advantage of residual volume, it provides enough time. Provides enough time for gas exchange or diffusion of gases. Provides enough time for gas exchange or provides enough time for diffusion of gases. Okay, that's it about the lungs.